Good morning children, once again welcome to online classes. So I have started with the second lesson, that is microorganisms, Fend and Co. So yesterday I thought about those microorganisms which are classified into four groups. Those are protozoa, algae, viruses, bacteria and fungi. So yesterday I told you that even some diseases which are caused by those all viruses, bacteria, fungi and protozoa. So today I am going to start with the another topic, that where do these microorganisms live? Where do these microorganisms live? Yes. So microorganisms are omnipresent. Microorganisms are omnipresent. What do you mean by omnipresent? Omnipresent means they live everywhere. Microorganisms live everywhere. They live in water, they live in the soil, they live on the land, they live everywhere, on other animals also, and including on the in the host of living cells like human beings also. So these are called as omnipresent. Microorganisms are called as omnipresent. They are found in various climatic conditions also and different types of environment also, because they can survive in all the types of environment like ice cold to the hot springs and deserts to the marshy lands also. So they can survive everywhere. That's why they are called as omnipresent. Yes. And next comes microorganisms are friendly and harmful. How they are friendly and they are harmful? Come on, I'll tell you. So first I am going to tell about the harmful. So yesterday I told you some diseases which are caused by the viruses, bacteria and protozoas also. So microorganisms are partly harmful and partly useful. First I am going to tell about the harmful, how they are harmful. So I have seen the mosquitoes and the houseflies, they sit on some various dirts and come and sit on the food and as well as on the persons also. Even they sit on some infected person and they come to the healthy persons also. So like this, the diseases are spread through the mosquitoes and houseflies. So even those are also called as carriers. Why these are carriers? These insects of the houseflies are called as carriers. Why these are called as carriers? Because they carry the harmful diseases from infected person to the healthy person, and they carry the diseases which are caused by the microorganisms which are infected in the carriers. So these are called as carriers. Why these are called as carriers? They carry the harmful diseases from infected person to the healthy person. So these are called as carriers. So one more thing I will tell you. For example, take one river. Okay, in the other bank of the rivers, they will be polluted. The water will be polluted. That polluted water will flow to the other bank of the river. So this side, that person use that water to some other purposes like drinking, washing and something else. So whatever the microorganisms are collected in the polluted water, that flows to the other bank of the river also. So even that also causes some diseases like malaria, cholera, typhoid and all with the contaminated water. So most of the mosquitoes are raised in the stagnant water. What do you mean by stagnant water? Stagnant water. Stagnant water is nothing but the still water which is collected. Some germs and some other microorganisms will be collected. So even these also come and sit on the good water which is fit for drinking. So it causes, there also some contaminated. So these are called as carriers. The carriers are nothing but the microorganisms which carry the diseases from an infected person to the healthy person. Okay, so this is one example. So these are the diseases. Housefly. Housefly, some diseases are caused by the housefly, which are those diarrhea, vomiting. These are the some diseases which are caused by the houseflies. And mosquitoes spread the diseases like malaria, typhoid and even some of the part of the TB. TB is nothing but the tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is a contagious diseases which spreads from person to person. So these are the some diseases which are caused by the mosquitoes and insects which are carried by the some infected microorganisms. Okay, so one more diseases like Dengue. Dengue is also one of the most dangerous diseases nowadays. It is caused in the most of the children. It is also caused by the mosquitoes. Okay. So why these are called as carriers? These are called carriers because they carry the microorganisms which infect the person. Okay. So which are carried by the water, air, and food. So the diseases which are spread like this are from direct contact. Direct contact in the sense, take an example, one person is suffering from cold, cough and all. So the fluid which comes from the nose, just for example, he will rub his nose and without rubbing or washing that hand, he will touch some other person or touches some things also. So that fluid, whatever the present in his hand or on his finger, that will stick to the other person or other substance. Those substances are touched by some other persons. So this is called direct contact. This is called direct contact. So direct contact, these are the diseases which comes from the water, air and direct contact. These are called as communicable diseases. These are called as communicable diseases. These are called as communicable diseases. The diseases which are caused by water, air and direct contact. So these are called communicable diseases. So like this, some microorganisms are very harmful. Now how they are useful? I am going to tell about the useful of microorganisms. So uses of microorganisms. So most of the children, your mom prepared tiffin like idli, dosa. Yes, idli, dosa, the batter is prepared previous day, isn't it? Yes, moms will soak the dals whatever it needed. So she will soak the dal for 4 to 5 hours and she will prepare the batter at night, and next day morning she will prepare the tiffin. Why can't she prepare at the same time when she prepared the batter at the night also? No, because we have to keep that batter for fermentation. What is that? Fermentation. The batter needs fermentation, means it will be fermented nearly 7 to 8 hours. So it need to ferment, then only the whatever the tiffin to be prepared by the batter, it will be delicious. Without fermenting, that food will not be delicious. So especially these prepared dosas and idlis and whatever we prepare from the rice items, it has to be fermented, then only we can use it. So it is called a fermentation. Fermentation is nothing but the microorganisms or the bacteria which are present in the batter, they get fermented for 7 to 8 hours. The next day, means the batter will be converted into sour. So that is called fermentation. So it is prepared in the next day. So one more example I tell you, yeast. Yeast is also a bacteria which is present in the attas. Attas, for example, maida. So when you prepare some maida atta for chapatis or parotas and all, so when you prepare and keep it for some hours, so after that you will see that the duff is increased in the value, isn't it? So it is nothing but because of presence of yeast in the atta. So it will be fermented and it makes the increase in the value of the atta. Okay, so that is also called as useful of microorganism. So one more thing, yeast is also prepared in the preparation of bread, cake and some other bakery items also. So like this, it is useful in many other ways. One more thing I tell you, how you prepare curd. So your moms will warm the milk. So lukewarm, like you have to take lukewarm milk plus little pinch of curd. Okay, little pinch of curd. So you add to the lukewarm milk, and next milk will be converted into the whole milk, whatever you kept in the bowl, whole milk will be converted into curd. How? There is nothing but the bacteria which is present in. It is because of the bacteria which is present in milk. Sorry, in curd. The name of that bacteria which is present in the curd is nothing but lactobacillus. Lactobacillus. This is the bacteria which is present in the milk. It multiplies in the milk and converts the whole milk into curd. So these are the some useful microorganisms. I have taught the harmful microorganisms as well as useful of microorganisms. Okay. Hope you have understood, children. In the next video, I am going to teach about the microorganisms, medicinal use of microorganisms and some commercial use of microorganisms. Okay. Thank you.